Ever heard of a bear so big it took a whole book to tell its tale? Or a place so tough it inspired a song about misery? Welcome to Arkansas, a state where stories aren't just told, they're lived. The folklore here is as rich and deep as the soil of the Delta, and as rugged as the Ozark Mountains. Long before Europeans arrived, the first peoples of Arkansas filled the land with myths, legends, and songs. You can still see whispers of these ancient tales carved into rocks as petroglyphs and painted on cliffs as pictographs. When French explorers like Jean-Bernard Bossu came in the 1700s, they were so captivated that they wrote down what they saw, giving us the first written records of Arkansas's native folklore. Bossu even described being adopted into the Akankas tribe, sharing their rituals and translating their poetry. As more settlers arrived, a new kind of folklore began to grow. At first, it was all about how amazing Arkansas was. Imagine stories of crops that sprouted overnight, rivers teeming with fish just waiting to be caught, and water so pure could heal the sick. This was the legendary Arkansas, a true paradise on earth. This larger-than-life image inspired one of the most famous American tall tales, The Big Bear of Arkansas. Published in 1841, it painted a picture of a hunter's dream, a wild and abundant frontier. But reality doesn't always match the hype. When life in Arkansas proved to be harder than the story suggested, the folklore took a turn. A new negative image emerged, creating what's sometimes called an anti-image. The most famous example is a song from the 1890s called The State of Arkansas. It tells the story of a hopeful newcomer who ends up broke, hungry, and exhausted from draining swamps. He sings, "I never knew what misery was till I came to Arkansas." This kind of gritty, hard-luck storytelling wasn't unique to Arkansas, but the state's backwoods reputation made these tales stick. Because of this reputation, folklorists flocked to Arkansas, especially to the Ozark Mountains. In the early 20th century, collectors saw the Ozarks as a perfectly preserved treasure chest of old-world traditions, a place where time seemed to stand still. They believed the people living there were America's peasantry, holding on to songs, stories, and customs from a bygone era. One man, Vance Randolph, dedicated his life to this work. Starting in the 1920s, he collected so much material that the Ozarks became one of the most thoroughly documented folklore regions in the entire United States. Thanks to him and others, we have an incredible record of Ozark life, from spooky ghost stories and clever riddles to beautiful old ballads and folk remedies. Arkansas folklore is a vibrant tapestry woven from many threads. There's the ancient wisdom of Native American tribes like the Quapaw, Caddo, and Osage. There's the powerful heritage of African American storytelling, with its roots in struggle and resilience. And there's the rich blend of traditions brought by European settlers. More recently, the voices of Asian American and Hispanic communities have added new patterns and colors to this ever-evolving cultural quilt. From the flat, fertile Delta to the rolling Ozark Hills, every corner of Arkansas has a story to tell. It's a folklore that's both larger than life and deeply human, full of boasts, complaints, humor, and hardship. These stories aren't just relics of the past. They're the living, breathing soul of the natural state, reminding us that every place and every person has a tale worth telling. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Arkansas's folklore. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating traditions that shape our world. See you next time.